Hi, just finished the second week on the new allotment, going through the video and filling in the allotment diary. Most of the things are as the plan. I've concentrated this week on building the compost bins, which have taken 9 hours to build, but I've not had a full day on any of it. It seems to take a lot longer, and when you look at the video, I'm just like Norm Abrams. I've built it in 15 minutes. So next week I'll be concentrating on paths and hope to get something actually into the garden. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for people that have subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you again later. Bye. First rule of project management is that somebody has to have a vision. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're organising a wedding, a holiday, building a compost bin or a block of flats. Somebody has to have a vision. And this is my vision. The compost bins. Don't know who the old bloke is, but he's a bit useless. He'll have to go. The tools I used was first a box of mixed screws, a sharp saw, a trusty radio, Ken Bruce in the morning, Classica FM in the afternoon, trusty hammer, sometimes called a Manchester screwdriver, a tape, build a square, not essential, and most important, my Yankee pump screwdriver, which can compete with any battery powered drill. Here's how our Manchester screwdriver works. Bang bang. Then the Yankee. Now take it steady. Steady. Told you. That's better. Nice and tight. Here I'm marking out the vertical struts using the saw as a square. Saw manufacturers make the saws with a perfectly square edge on there, so that if you don't have a square, this is a good tip. I started with great gusto, but unfortunately it became overcast and I had to pack in due to heavy rain. I came back later in the afternoon when I'd dried out and started to cut off the legs for the back panel. I made these so that they were into the ground for 2 feet. When the back panel is constructed, it then has to be put into position, and prior to this you have to dig holes where the posts are going to go. I advise you, if you do this job, that you get some help. I did this on my own and I'm still suffering with the bruises from getting it into position. It's certainly a two-person job. it's important that you get this panel plumb and level and solid, because everything emanates from it. And to do this, I had a strut at the back which I secured with a screw, and then by pushing it forward and backward I locked it into place, and we got a plumb panel. This is a view of the strut at the back, pushed into the earth and then locked underneath this screw, and this keeps it in position, ready to put in the end panels. To construct the end panels, take a rail and screw to it 2 temporary legs, allowing it to be F-clamped to the back. Place an F-clamp at the top and one at the bottom. Make sure that they line up, and to do this, take the hammer and lightly tap it into position. Place a couple of fox wedges underneath the end post and gently tap it with your foot on one wedge to bring the rail up or even down. Check it for firm and that it's level. Now it needs just a little bit more. A few more taps. Check for firm. Yeah. Level. Job's a good one. Taking a crowbar, and be careful, watch those hands, prod a hole to take the post. Ouch! I did warn you. The post can then be tapped into its exact position, square with the back and level. It's a funny thing with this Manchester screwdriver. When I worked in Manchester, they called it a Birmingham screwdriver. I wonder what the people in Birmingham think of it. I'm sure there's somebody willing to tell us. But continue screwing all the boards together, one by one, holding them in place with an F-clamp to make life easier, and screwing them in. And repeat the process at the other end. Well, it's the end of the day and I've completed 2 ends. The far end I haven't trimmed off the boards after taking away the temporary leg, but we can do that tomorrow. Well, it's the next day and I've done one more panel, but I've decided that I'll put in the top rail with some 4x1 because I want to make sure that all the panels are the same distance apart. I want them to be equal. So I'm screwing in this 4x1, which is what they call a garden edging rail, and I'll repeat the process at the bottom and at the far end. Right, well, here I am at the other end. I've had quite a few comments from my fellow allotmenteers, other than do I take orders, but someone said, isn't it expensive doing it in timber? Well, not really, and I've done some costs which I can show you, and it is actually worthwhile to make your own bins. I've looked on the internet, and the cheapest bin is a 220 litre bin at £17.99, and for the equivalent size or area I would need 7, which is £126. Or I could get a 330 litre bin and I need 5 of those, and they're £20, so that's £100, isn't it? Screw fixed timber do quite a large timber bin, and I'd need 2 of those, and they're £65, so there we have 130, and I've spent to date £64.60, so I'm still in with a shot. And this is the finished bin, loaded up with green stuff. Thank you for watching.